So there is something I want to address when it comes to uh, writing good copies and writing good emails and trying to get good results from your email campaigns. You are not going to get good results if your only focus is to just write the content and make it sound good. That is not how you know if you've written something good. If the first thing you do when you're trying to write your email or your copy, whatever it might be that you're writing, if the first thing you do is to just start writing, then there's a big chance that what you're writing is not even going to have, like, you're not going to get any result from it. And this is what I mean. Before you start writing is not the first process, or just writing is not the first process of copywriting, or writing a copy, or writing an email. The first process is, number one, asking the right questions. Let's say you get your clients and your clients say, okay, I want you to help me. I'm running a gym, for example, or let's say maybe it's a fitness coach, and they're telling you, okay, I want you to, write emails for my lists. And the first thing you do is, or let's just say you've, escaped the whole interview process. You were lucky to get the job, even without asking the right questions. And the first thing you do is, uh, so welcome to our list, or whatever it might be that you want to write. Okay, tips of, because you want to write a helpful post, tips to, write good, what's it called? Tips to write, have a good physique and all those kind of things. That's the first thing you do. You are already setting yourself up for failure. So the first thing I will actually advise you to do is, number one, understand who you are writing to. That is very, very important. On the aspect of the management of your clients, the first thing I will even advise is try to understand the expectations, because you could actually land yourself in a big trouble if the expectation of your client is here and what you want to deliver is here. It's not just there. If you have to make sure that your expectation of your client is, if it is here, deliver for them here. If this is what you can do, let your client expect this. Okay? So I think I'm going to get back to that later on. But the whole thing I'm trying to say is, number one, you need to know your expectation, the expectation of your clients, what they are trying to achieve. Number one. Number two, who are you writing to? Now, they might be a fitness coach, but you don't even know who they are actually trying to, provide value to. What I'm trying to say in essence is this. They could be fitness coach for pregnant women. Sorry. They could be a fitness coach for the disabled, or people who are just, trying to recover from an accident or from a trauma. There could be a fitness coach for athletes, and that might be it. There could be a fitness coach for bodybuilders. The list goes on and on. And if they are just a fitness coach who is not really bound to a specific niche, you still need to know, so that when you are coming up with your ICP, which is the next step, when you're coming up with your ICP, your ideal client profile or ideal customer profile, ideal client persona, sorry, there are, you can interchange it anyhow you like. But what it means is the data of the person that is going to be on the receiving end of your content. Now, you need to understand that for you to be able to write good content, number one, you need to know who you're writing to. And number two, you need to know everything you can about those people. So I know, okay, this person is a fitness coach for athletes. Okay, what is the transformation you are trying to get for the athletes? You need to clarify that. It is very, very important. This is not something that you can just overlook. What is the transformation that these people are looking to get from working with you? These are the ways you can actually connect with people. If you are coming to me with something I don't resonate with, there is no way what you're writing to me is going to connect with me. And if your content can connect with your audience, you are not going to be getting any result whatsoever. So you need to clarify that first. Then once you know who you are talking to, you know what the transformation they're expecting, you know their fears, you know the objections they might have. And what I mean by that is the things that they might have, the reasons why they might want to say no to working with the person, with your client. The reasons why they might want to say no. Is it distance? Is it that, okay, I don't want to leave my house because I'm a very busy person and I don't actually do well with the crowd. Don't worry, I have an online, what's it called? An online training setup that makes it super easy for me to still train you, and I can actually come to your place, home service and all those kind of things. Now, these are, you know, the we call it I've forgotten the name, I've forgotten the terminology. um the false beliefs, yes, breaking the false beliefs and replacing it with the right ones. So if you get rid of all the reason I might have to say no to you, the only thing left to say is yes. That's just the thing. If sorry if you are if you have taken care of all the reasons I have to say no, the only thing left for me is to say yes. So understanding their objections will really help you in shattering those false beliefs and helping you to, replace them with the right ones. Now you know their fears, you know their objections, you know their desires, their passion, the things that their superstitions, the challenges that they are going through, their day-to-day activities, things like this. You might not be able to know it in total, but you can actually do your research. We call it market research. Is it market research or clients? I've forgotten the terminology actually. So now when you do this research, you are able to what's it called, come up with all the data you can about your readers, the people that you're trying to reach, your target audience. Now what's it called, the other way you can actually get this data in a very easy form is using AI. There are prompts that you can actually use, very, very good prompts that you can use to get AI to, provide you with some of those data. And you can actually back it up with manual research, which is actually not really necessary for some industries. Here, you understand. Now, when you have all of these things, then you can now sit down. You already know what you're trying to achieve, the expectation and all those kind of things. Then you can now sit down and start writing your copy. You can now sit down and start planning the emails. You need to plan it out, because if it is email campaign, it's not just one email you're going to send to them, right? You can't expect one email to do all the job that 8 emails is supposed to do. Let's just put it that way. You cannot expect just one email to nurture, sell, engage, and do everything and do it perfectly well. You have to be patient. You have to understand that you need to groom people. People are not animals that you just rush. People prefer natural interaction, so you need to come to them from that point of view. So if your client, for example, has not done anything like warming up their leads, and the first email you're sending to them is, come and let me train you, bring $5,000 for a month, it's not reasonable, right? So you need to understand your email planning and everything. Then when you put all this together, then you can now sit down and start writing your emails based on all the details you already have. So I hope with that I've actually clarified a little bit on what's it called, on what you need to do before you even start writing the emails. I know it's not into, I don't want to do too much editing and a lot of other things. Like, I'm actually busy designing a website for a client. So, but with the little information I've given you, please try to make more research and understand that writing is not the first thing you do when you land your first client or your second client or any client whatsoever. If you want to get good results, see you.